Tom, how would you like to paint a picture for the supply chain economy by giving a new perspective?
The analogy I'd like to point to is the ocean. Like supply chains, the ocean is constantly in motion. There are really kind of three sources of motion. There's tidal movement, which is close to shore and is related to the gravitational force of the moon, typically. There's surface current movement, which is related to wind currents generated by the thermal energy of the sun. Those tidal and surface currents you might think of as horizontal movement in the system. Vertically, there's something called a deep ocean current, which occurs at both the North and the South Pole, related to temperature of the water and salinity of the water. But what happens is the water gets colder and saltier. It sinks to the bottom of the ocean, and then it begins to migrate. And it takes 1,000 years for 1 cubic meter of water to complete its circuit of the globe in these patterns. So I think a supply chain can be seen as horizontal and vertical. Tidal changes and surface current changes are kind of economic policy changes that are set by countries and governments around the world. But those longer term things like globalization, like innovation, like technological change that are irresistible economic forces, they drive how supply chains develop, as we've seen over the last 30 years. The ocean might be a good metaphor for understanding how the system constrains our ability to move within a supply chain, just like you're navigating based on tides and currents.
I also have one to share with you. The supply chain economy is similar to a blueprint for a house. The economic system provides housing for people, including big houses named countries and small ones called industries. The supply chain network provides backbone utilities to operate these houses by producing and distributing energy throughout the interrelated rooms. Like the gas shortages caused by the Russian-Ukraine war, reliance, congestion, and damage to the utility system will disrupt people's life. Therefore, each house must efficiently use and exchange the limited resources while protecting the entire system from exposed risks.